Good morning, everybody. Hope you are enjoying your summer. It's definitely summer here in Wichita, and it's nice after the winter we had to be able to go outside in short-sleeve shirts and actually work up a sweat. Rich Genders is going to be on today at 11:30 Eastern Time. I believe it's 11:30 Eastern. Rich can correct me if I'm wrong. And we'll be going over his second presentation. We'll make a video of it, of how to use the software, the basics of the software. I put the link up to the last week's talk, and it's a good one. Okay, today is the 7-year auction that concludes this week's series. The average price for the auction right now is at 124.21. I expect the market to close at 124.21 or better. That's been the pattern this week. In fact, the pattern is for 3 auctions at higher prices. So I'm going to try to buy on the cheap this morning. Hopefully the news will take us down. Given the way our government reports numbers these days, don't be surprised to see non-farm payroll, not non-farm payrolls, but jobless claims come in better than expected. They're looking for 310 for jobless claims. That'll be the first piece of news out that the market will focus on. Second piece of news, personal income. They will not pay attention to that. Personal spending, they will. Our economy, according to the economists, is driven by personal spending. 70% of it anyway. Nat gas inventories, plus 101. The only people that will pay attention to that will be the natural gas traders and then KC Fed. KCF as opposed to KFC at 9. So number 1, number 2, all this news except these last 2 is out that the market will pay attention to. Is out at 8:30 Eastern. Then it's going to get back to the dynamics of the auction. Can sell the 27 to 31 area. Would like to get it done at 29 or better, but we left yesterday's market wanting to sell failure to take out 28 to the buck, and so far that's produced small trading profits. And in 3 to 7 will be sell number 2. So the major thing we're going to be paying attention to today will be the dynamics of the auction after the news is out of the way. Okay, now the lowest tuition costs to learn how to trade are in the note. I know a lot of people say, God, it is so damn boring. It's so slow. I can't trade the note. Learn how to trade in the note and then take that to the 30-year. 30 years, 31.25 a tick. So your stops probably going to cost you in the neighborhood of $93.75 to $125 when you're wrong. But it's a little over 2 times as volatile as the note. So if you don't want to trade size, put it into the ZB and you can actually get paid. And the nice thing about the financials, gold, and the euro is that they almost always trade with the fundamentals. So that eliminates one of the quandaries we face as a trader. I mean, we all like a good story. We all like the why. Why is the market buying or selling? And that usually comes from fundamentals, and it's easier to understand and see through the financials, gold, and the euro than it is through the E-mini and crude. So right here we are, 19 to 24. We wanted to sell failure to take out 20 to 24 yesterday. That's the trade. Don't have any kind of range at all to speak of. Sell to 27 to 31. Would like to get that trade done above this high volume number at 22. The buy side, we're at 15. The knob spread is holding, so we'll make 9 to 13 buy 1. Now the news can take us a little bit lower. That's the hope anyway. And then 1 to 5 for buy 2. So our play into auctions is the knob spread. The knob spread has strengthened this week. It's based on the fact that the dealers have to support the market at some point. And I don't know where it was on last Friday, but on the close of Monday it was at 11, and it's at 11.25. So that's about 3/4 of a point over 3 days, a $750 trade. It's a good trade. And for those of you that don't like to stare at the screens, it's a trade that you can put in your repertoire. Okay, gold. Gold got hit last night and got hit pretty hard. So we're back down to our support at where 1300, 1305. I don't think a lot has changed overnight. The turmoil in Iraq continues. I don't think it's going to be over anytime soon. It's hard to see anything positive coming out of Iraq right now. I mean, I don't know, unless you wanted to invade the country again, how you could go in there and shore things up. And the problem really is Sunni versus Shia. And they haven't been able to reconcile that for over 1,000 years. And I don't see that they'll be able to recognize it this time. And the way that it has been resolved in the past is Shia dictators have killed Sunnis and stayed in power for a while. Sunni dictators have killed Shia to stay in power for a while. And that's probably what we're facing right here. We have a lot of single prints. These single prints start at 1301, 1302. We've already invaded the top part of it. To 1310, we've got this little volume bulge. And see how D period came back and caught this little volume bulge right here. These two lows. So we're, I think, getting stops beneath that is fine. So we'll make 1303, 1305 buy 1. If we can't take out 05, we do definitely want to get long. Then we'll make 98. Lean against these single prints down here at 95 to 98. We'll come in on the top side, play this little volume area right here. We'll make 98, 1300 buy 2. On the top side, the last rotate up was 12. Now we're currently at 7. It's a pretty aggressive, so 10, 12, sell 1. Then the spill in London came from 16, 15 to 17, sell 2. And that's it for gold. Basically 1300 even, give or take, is our trading target, and it should produce a bounce. Our logic would dictate. Okay, the euro found sellers. We still have a seller at 36.50. Did not make it in the overnight session. and we've had a buyer just below 136 even. So there's going to be pretty good support in the 36 area, so we're going to make 36 even plus or minus for support, buy one. And then we'll make 75 for buy two. Really says 75, 85 area, buy one. 36 even plus or minus, buy one. 75 to 85, buy two. On the sell side, last rotate up was 25, so we'll make 25, 35, sell one. And then back to 50 plus or minus for sell two. I think the dynamics driving the euro are the central bank wants prices lower. It's going to be really difficult to take out the 36.50 area. The market has had no problem getting long below 136. So we're in a very tight trading range awaiting the next piece of news. And the more time we spend here, the bigger the move will be when we come out of it. Okay, the price of crude oil is still saying that Iraqi oil will flow to the market unscathed. We've got a seller where we saw it last night, the 106.75 to 107 area. That was our call last night. Turned out to be pretty damn good. Last rotate up in London stopped at 75. So again, I just play the edges, let the market come to us. Don't get in too big a hurry. This 50 area is pretty good support, so we'll make 106 even, 105.75 for buy one, and buy two, 25 to 50, and we will see what happens. I don't. We got extra supply coming on daily in the United States. The Libyan crude is gradually working its way higher, not in a big hurry, but gradually coming. And if the Iraqi crude oil remains flowing to the market as is, the price of crude oil is going to have a hard time trading above 108. And it should be lower. But with the uncertainties of what's going on in Iraq, it's hard to see anybody as a speculator getting heavy short crude oil or staying short overnight. I don't have any problems selling, on London time. Don't have any trouble selling it during our day session. It's just I don't want to go home short and have the exposure to $1.50 runs like we had over the weekend. Okay, the E-mini, and I could be wrong on this, but my feeling is that second quarter compensation will sideline the major institutions till June 30th. I mean, Citicorp came out and said the stock market is looking vulnerable. A lot of people are talking that way. We've had 1900, 1950 as a trading target all year long. We're there. Some days we get big downdrafts, but we don't get any follow-through selling, as you can see right here. So I'm looking at a trading range, probably pretty good support at 35, definitely at 25, and right now we've got resistance at 55. The first quarter last month we closed at 21. So that's not going to be hard to beat that. So my guess is that we could even make new highs, take out 60 by Monday. I don't think we do it today. We've got pretty good support down here against 40. And as you can see, we have rejected prices basically at 55. So we got a 55 plus or minus and a 40 plus or minus market. So I would like to engage the market from the long side at 40 to 42. But this market has made us pay up, so 45 may be it. I'd like to sell the market in the 54, 56, and then the 59, 61 area, but it may take, we may have to engage the market off the opening in the 50, 53 area. I don't know. So this at 55 and above, I'm pretty comfortable with a short. At 35 to 40, I'm pretty comfortable for long. We may be looking at 40 to 45 support, 55 to 60 is resistance. We may be looking at 35, 40 support, 50 to 55 resistance. It's hard to say right now. The buy at 35, 37 would be fabulous, but it may be difficult to get there. So let's plan on a 40, 42 may have to pay up based on this morning's news in the first rotations. And I'd like to sell 54 to 56s, but it may take a 50, 52. So we'll go for 50, 52 to get in, then 54, 56 is the backup sell. Really liking 54, 56. Pretty good, and I'm not going to be too hard to live with 45, 40, 42 on the long side. That'll do it. It'll take at least 15 minutes to get everything posted and up and around. I'm going to get started on that right now. See you after I get that finished. And don't forget, Rich Genders is on at 11:30 Eastern today for Session 2 on the software. Don't want to miss it.